Now, on Friday, the Labour Court ruled to halt the dismissal of 130 City of Johannesburg workers whose contracts were converted from fixed term to permanent by the previous ANC administration. The new DA-led council had voted to have these contracts reversed. The affected employees then approached the CCMA. We're now joined by the workers' legal representative, Mojalefa Motalane, to share his insights on the rulings and the way forward. Very good afternoon to you. Thank you for your time. The Labour Court has ruled in favour of the workers in this fight with the City of Johannesburg. Talk to us about how you feel about this.
Good afternoon, and to your viewers. We're actually quite delighted, as you may gather, because, we feel that we were finally vindicated on behalf of the City of Johannesburg employees who brought an urgent application in the Labour Court, which basically has resulted in the halting of the implementation of a resolution that was taken by the current city administrators to try to terminate contracts of employment that belong to our clients, which, of course, our view was that was not managed correctly.
This was a massive jobs uproar, especially considering the climate, the economic climate of the country, and also workers talking about how they feel wronged. Let's go back a few steps, perhaps, and start us from the point at which Mayor Dr. Mpho Phalatse made the announcement, and what basis formed her argument?
Well, we basically were made aware of a resolution that was taken on the 25th of February this year. And this resolution was the basis upon which basically, this current process was initiated. As a result of the particular resolution, the city administration, through the city manager, issued a notice to our clients. And effectively in this particular notice, they were being informed about the fact that their contracts, as a result of some kind of determination that was made, which, no basis upon which was provided, had reached a conclusion that these contracts were converted unlawfully, and therefore, as a result, affected the employment status of our clients, and effectively telling them that at the end of April, their contracts of employment will be terminated. And they were given approximately 48 hours to make representations as to why their contracts should not be terminated. So that was effectively what we understood was the basis. Our clients had not been consulted at that stage. In fact, even up till now, our clients have yet to be consulted, besides the representations that were subsequently made. In response to the notice that I was referring to, we informed the city that the 48 hours that was provided was quite inadequate, and our clients needed to consult, take a legal position, because this resolution, that was taken by the city now, had an impact on other previous resolutions that was taken by other administrations. Initially, the city refused to give an extension, but ultimately they received our representations on the 11th. We then indicated in those representations, the fact that it was quite inappropriate, the time frame that was given, but notwithstanding that, the entire process that the city had undertaken, they had done so in quite, an unlawful manner, to put it mildly, because the entire process is regulated by a statutory framework, which they were obliged to conduct themselves in terms of, in reviewing their own decision, had a determination been made that, the resolution that a previous administration had taken was quite unlawful. Fortunately, the Labour Court, agreed with us with regard to the statutory, provisions that apply in this regard. The city's actions have, as a result, been interdicted, so meaning that they can, in fact, not do anything. We have also heard of reports also in the past few days that the city is going to go ahead, or for whatever reason, which would be a contempt of court, kind of scenario if that were to happen, because the city has been interdicted pending the resolution of this particular issue before the bargaining council, which is where the process is right now.
Now, the contracts for political staff are usually attached to the term of office of the political head and generally are not longer than a period of 5 years. When it comes to the group of employees, what rankings are we looking at here? And the time frame, does it, fall within the 5-year period?
Yeah, so these particular positions, in fact, even the judge in the Labour Court said so very clearly that these particular positions, in fact, have got no bearing whatsoever on, the administrator's political office. These are roles, for example, like photographers, driver, messenger, amongst other positions. There is a certain group of executive management who, are directly in political office, and the administration has entered into a different, arrangement with those particular affected employees. However, our clients, predominantly are, low-skilled positions, which really, have got absolutely nothing to do with an alignment of political office, so to speak.
So the Bargaining Council has quashed this unfair dismissal claim. Where does this leave the conversation?
So that's a very important point. So what in fact is happening right now is the fact that before the Bargaining Council, a conciliatory process has been initiated. We received correspondence from the Bargaining Council on Friday, noting certain jurisdictional issues, which we do not think are applicable to our case before the Bargaining Council, because our case, is not an unfair dismissal complaint, but a unilateral, amendment of contract complaint. And therefore, we think that it's seen in the particular light, the Bargaining Council ought to basically issue a non-conciliatory certificate, which would then take the matter into arbitration. So we are still within the framework of the Bargaining Council at this stage.
So, in other words, it really was a short-lived victory because there's more to follow and the steps still need to be implemented.
Well, it's not short-lived, because you'll remember that the administration of the City of Johannesburg had said that, our clients' employment, would have effectively been terminated at the end of April. Those jobs are secured. Now, at this particular point, they are firmly in their positions, so there's no impact whatsoever or concerns around, that kind of issue. So the matter does proceed, basically. And what is important is the fact that the City of Johannesburg cannot implement this resolution because they had not been given any undertaking whatsoever. Our clients, tools of trade were being taken away, laptops and so forth. So that position has now been reversed. And as I say, if the city were to act contrary, it would be in contempt of a court order, pending the resolution moving forward.
So as you say, the jobs are secured. Are you now saying that the employees, photographers and drivers are back at work and operating as normal, expecting salaries at the end of this month?
Absolutely. They have been at work. they had, throughout the process committed that they will continue to work as per normal. And although they had received notices, to the effect that certain deductions will be made from their salaries, those things, will no longer be applicable in relation to their the payment that they're expecting at the end of the month. So in that regard, everything, stays the same. Nothing has changed in that regard.
And what response have you now received from the City of Johannesburg? Because on the other end, the city has been ordered to pay the costs of the matter.
Yes, we have not received any correspondence, yet. Although we have today written a letter to the bargaining council clarifying the issue I was alluding to earlier with regard to our complaint and the fact that it now, beyond the conciliatory process, must move to arbitration. We have obviously, copied the city in this correspondence, but we haven't received anything formally from them. However, whatever necessary communication from our side, it will follow.
Very well. Thank you for your time. Let's leave it there. That was attorney Mojalefa Motalane, who represents the 130 City of Johannesburg workers. Jobs are secured, as the matter with the bargaining council is still one that is underway.